Hi there. For everybody watching this video, I'm just doing a little demo on the 1970 Fender Twin Reverb amp that's for sale on my Reverb store. I've had this thing for a long time. It's always treated me well, and I've had quite a few questions about it, and as would be expected with a 40-year-old amp. So I'm going to go through and make sure you guys can see that everything works the way it's supposed to. And we'll do a quick demo test of the settings and make sure that all the knobs are functioning like they're supposed to, and the foot switch and the speakers and all that stuff. I am running a G&L ASAT Special Telecaster through this, so I'll have mostly single coil tones. I'll put the pickup selector in the middle a lot, so we just eliminate any buzz from the guitar as well. I'm running straight into my Presonus Firestudio to get you the sound, so there is no extra effects. There's no compression. There's no extra reverb. There's nothing except for what you're hearing from the amp. So I'm going from a 57 straight into my computer. No plugins afterwards. So let's give it a little test and see how it sounds. So that's with the volume a little bit above 3. I got the treble at 5, middle at 6, and the bass at 5. There's no reverb or no vibrato at all, and I'm in the first channel of the vibrato section, which is mostly what I use. Let's turn the reverb on and make sure that that's working. So there's the reverb. Let's do some vibrato as well, just to make sure. That whole time so far I've been on the neck pickup. I'm going to switch it to the middle, just so you don't hear any extra buzz. And again, I'm controlling both of those just with the foot switch. Alright, let's switch it over to channel 2. So as with most amps, the second channel just has a pad on it for louder pickups and things like that. I'm using the same guitar though. And again, that's middle pickup on this guitar. Let's turn some reverb on. Alright, let's make sure the vibrato works. Let's turn both on. Alright, let's switch it over to the normal section of this amp. Just first we're making sure all the channels work. Alright, we'll just keep everything at 5 here. As far as the EQ is concerned. I'm just a little bit above 3 now. And again, there's no reverb or vibrato on this channel, so no need to check that. Let's turn on the bright switch to make sure that's working. Alright, just to get you some different sounds here. I'm not necessarily going for anything specific, but just so you can hear that the EQ is working and everything. So that's less bass, lots of mids, and less treble. Let's give you less mids and more treble and bass. Let's switch it over to the second input on the normal channel. Alright, so that's channel 2, and again, still working as it should. So I'm going to switch back to the vibrato channel for the rest of this demo. Alright, so we're plugged in the vibrato channel. Again, I have it on the middle pickup selector, just so that I can have the hum canceling. So let's make sure that bright switch works on this channel. And again, super bright. I'm going to switch it back off. Alright, let's go through the EQ and make sure all that stuff works. So here's more treble and more bass. Let's turn up the bass by itself. Again, so you can hear that bass is close to 9 now. It's especially noticeable if I go back to the neck pickup. And now I'm back in the middle. Let's turn the mids up to make sure those are working. Alright, so we got a lot of mids in that now. And let's turn the treble up to make sure those are working. And again, you can hear that super bright, bitey tone. I'm going to turn everything back to 5 just so we kind of have a level idea of what it's doing. Back in the middle selector here. Okay, so everything's at 5. Let's make sure the knobs for the reverb and the vibrato are working. So first we'll check out the reverb. Let's get that back on with the foot switch. So there it is, pretty wet. And if I turn it back down, there's a little less. And there's just a little bit. I'll leave that on for the rest of the video. Alright, let's make sure the vibrato works. Had a little bit of a scratch there in that pot, but it's working. So if I turn the intensity down, I think honestly in all the years I've used this, I didn't use the vibrato nearly at all, but I'll make sure and clean those pots before I ship it out. And again, there's the lower speed as well. Alright, so the effects are working. Alright, so one last little thing here. This is the bridge pickup. I haven't used that at all for this video. let's do a little last test here. We just want to make sure if I run it at higher volumes, I'm not going to like bust anything. So let me change some settings on the gain of my my preamp back there to run into the computer, and we'll crank it a little louder. Okay, so right now I'm at 5 on the volume. I plugged into the second channel so I can get the tubes a little hotter without blowing my eardrums off, because I'm in a pretty small room here. Alright, so we still got the reverb on and everything, but this is 5. Let's turn it up just a little bit louder. If I go to the neck pickup, if I go to the back pickup, back in the middle. Let's go one notch higher, and then I think I'll have to stop for a little bit. All right, I had a little gap in the video there. So I'm on 7 now. So that's again, that's the second channel, so it's not full output that you could get on the first one, but we're getting pretty loud now. That's the neck pickup and the back. Alright, hopefully this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, you can always email me through reverb.com. Thanks.